Hello. So I thought I would come to you today with the mid-year book freakout tag. And I know what you'll be thinking, it is September, that definitely isn't mid-year. But I didn't really start getting back into reading until a kind of April time. So I wanted to do this. Excuse this sun here. It's a nice sunny day, but it's freezing. Hence I'm doing the kind of pink Big Bird impression today. Anyway, shall we get into it? So I've changed a couple of the questions and ignored a couple of the questions, and I'm going to do this every year. Next year it'll be actually mid-year, but I'm going to stick to the questions that I've got. So the first question is the best book of the year so far. Now this I struggled with. I got all my 5-star books out and thought which one would I put at the top. And I've gone for Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. It's one of the few that I have found has completely lived up to the hype. If you don't know, Eleanor Oliphant is quite a simple being, and the book describes her life. She's pretty happy, just going about her day-to-day life, not really interacting with people. And then everything changes when she witnesses a man fall over and goes to help him with one of her colleagues. And through kind of making friends, their relationship is like a non-sexual, non-romantic relationship, and it's just beautiful to see it develop. So I'm going to pick that as my best book. The second question is best sequel. Now I haven't read a lot of series this year, but I picked this next one because I literally read all 3 books in the trilogy, one after the other. And that is Ali Condi's Reached. I can't really go into too much about this book without giving you any spoilers, but basically the trilogy is about a dystopian world where everybody's decisions are made for them by the society. They choose who you'll marry, who you're meant to be with, and things like that. And it's all supposed to be kind of for the greater good of the society. I had never read a dystopian before, so this was my first series, and I really enjoyed it. Like I say, I picked it because I literally read all 3 books in the series, one after the other. I really enjoyed the first one and the third one. The second one was a bit slow going, so this is my favourite sequel. Question number 3 is new release that you haven't read yet, and that for me is going to be The Kingdom. Now I have seen this on BookTube. It has been a total BookTube made me buy it one, and actually my mum bought it for me. But from what I can gather from it is this is a like a dystopian world where it's a theme park and happily ever after is a promise. So there are the fantasists, which are half human, half android princesses, and they're programmed to make dreams come true no matter what. However, a theme park worker ends up dead, and then one of the fantasists is on trial for explaining human emotions beyond her programming. So that sounds right on my street. And I love the cover of it. The fact that it's kind of, I don't know if it's going to be a bit gory. That is what spoke to me. My most anticipated release. I'm not really someone that buys books new, so I really struggled with this one at first. But there is actually one book that is already pre-ordered for me, and that is Adam Kay's 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. I even wrote myself a little note to put in my pile of books so I wouldn't forget to mention it. Yeah, loved Adam Kay's first book. It's so true about what working in the NHS is like, so I'm looking forward to 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas. The next question is your biggest disappointment, and for me it has to be In Bloom by CJ Scouse. Now this isn't the worst book I've read this year by all means, but it's my biggest disappointment because I loved Sweet Pea so much that the fact that this, I think I gave this a 3-star when Sweet Pea was a 5-star. I said in my review of this book, that it felt as if she was kind of on the hype of her last book and thought, oh, I'll get another book out quickly. I thought the plot was really boring. I thought most of it was boring, but I was invested in the character enough that if there is a 3rd book coming out, I will have to read it. The next one, biggest surprise. I don't think I've got one for my biggest surprise. I don't think there's been anything that I've read so far this year that I've had kind of low hopes for, because then why would I read it? The only thing that I could... No, there's nothing. I can't give you a biggest surprise because there's been nothing that I've gone into thinking it's not going to be good, and it has, because I think if I didn't think it was going to be good, I wouldn't read it. I don't know. Let me know how you look at that question, because maybe I'm just missing the point of it. And then the next question is your favourite new author. Now this can either be an author's debut album or a new to you author. And to be honest, most of the books that I've read this year have been new to me authors, because like I say, for a couple of years with my mental health, I haven't really been reading. So this year has been a complete change for me. But I had to pick Claire Mackintosh. She's the only author that I've read and immediately had to go searching for her other books. I have read all 3 of her thrillers, and I'm currently on the lookout for After the End, which I know isn't a thriller, but I want to see if I enjoy it as much because I enjoy her writing. I can't decide which one I like the most. I See You completely scared the living daylights out of me, basically. Let Me Lie was fantastic, and I Let You Go had the best twist I've ever read in a thriller. So yes, Claire Mackintosh is my favourite new author. Now the last question is one I've put in myself, and as you all know that I'm a big charity shopper / second-hand book shopper, so I thought I would have my biggest bargain / I can't believe I found that in a charity shop find, and I've actually got 2. So one that I was looking out for ages is Karen Slaughter's Pretty Girls. I still need to get on to reading this. It is next in my TBR, but at the moment I've not been feeling anything gory, so that's waiting, and that was 10p. And then lastly, still within my can't believe I found it in the charity shop, is this Pathophysiology Made Incredibly Easy that I bought for 50p. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it is a bit late to be doing a mid-year freak-out tag, but if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe down below. I am aiming to post videos every Sunday and most Wednesdays as well. And until next time, look after yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.